Hello, and now we're going to have a mini masterclass on possible problems with our ice makers, starting from the modular one down to the everything all built in one. Now, basically, one of the major problems that we find is people don't clean these filters. They just slide out from the side, washed, slid back again, just a bit of light soap, no problem at all. And these, very similar, slide out. It's the right way around, it might help. I've taken this off just for ease of use so it shows more readily. And this pulls out and washes. You'd be surprised how much dust these collect. Also, any other refrigeration you have, it's always worthwhile looking at the condenser, which looks like a radiator, and most of them have these, and they need to be kept clean. No end of problems, particularly in the warm weather, where these get blocked up with dust, compressors burn out, all sorts of faults. Whereas if you check every 3 to 4 months on any refrigeration you have that may have these, keep them clean. You can save a lot of money over a period. Now, the other thing that we do have problems with occasionally is people getting the ice thickness right. So we'll start with this model. It's very straightforward, but you've got to get down and look into the back, and you'll see high up at the back there's a screw. Just needs a normal Phillips screwdriver onto that screw, and it's clockwise to increase the ice, anti-clockwise to decrease, and probably just half a turn. If the ice is too thick, we'll take it half a turn anti-clockwise and then leave it to produce probably another 2 full drops of ice, then see how your ice is doing then. If it needs to be thicker, we'll turn it half a turn clockwise and see how your ice is then. If it's still not thick enough or thin enough, give it another half turn, but you do need to give them ideally about 6 hours between adjustments to let them settle down. And once they're set, that's it, you won't need to play about with them anymore. This model, this is very straightforward. I've taken the front off. This is just secured with 4 screws. Take the screws out, lift the cover off, and then everything's there. There's no electrical parts, so it's perfectly safe. And just again, you turn this clockwise, you lift, turn it clockwise to increase the ice, anti-clockwise to decrease, and then click it back into place again, like that. Our very latest ones, it's all electronic, and it's really basic, really easy to go through. If the ice is too thin, the red light too thin will come on. Medium, which is about what you want, that's what you need. And then there's 2 buttons, ice thickness plus, ice thickness minus. And if you just adjust to get medium showing, then let the machine run through the programs for probably about 6 hours. And if it remains on medium, you should have the ice thickness just right, and that should solve any problems. Another problem we do have occasionally, especially with winter, is if you put them in a site that is below 7 degrees centigrade, they will not work. They need to be above 7. Ideally, about 15 degrees is the optimum operating ambient temperature for them. So that's another thing to keep in mind. If the ice full light starts flashing on this model, now that means that your condenser filter is probably dirty. So if that's which is the ice full light is here, if it flashes, you're not making ice, and I think you'll find if you pull this out, it's probably absolutely filthy. So wash it. But ideally, if you do check all the filters, as I said earlier, on all your refrigeration, on the condensers, to make sure they're kept clean, it will save you a lot of money and a lot of problems in the future. And I think, and one last thing, nearly forgot there. If the power indicator light starts flashing, that means you've no water. So 9 times out of 10, it's the water supply's been shut off somewhere, so just make sure your water supply's turned on. Otherwise, most of the other lights will give you, such as evaporator sensor fault or condenser sensor fault, then they're not something you can repair yourselves. You need to call our service desk, and the girls will arrange for an engineer. And if you've any more problems, just ring the service desk. Thank you.